Hi, I'm Danielle. Welcome to your chill flow. This is a bit of a slow flow, a bit of a yin practice. It's not quite one or the other. It's just kind of intertwining as we move and breathe and just feel our bodies, getting out of our head and into our body in that sensory sensation of just experiencing the present. So I hope you enjoy. We are going to begin seated. You may need a bolster. It's optional, but a bolster if you have it handy. And then just come to a comfortable seat and close down your eyes. And take a big breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, let it go. One more like that, big breath. And let it go. And so we're going to feel this pranayama with our hands. So it's a moving pranayama, also known as a mudra vinyasa from Shiva Ray. So we're going to start like this, and I'll show you first, and then eventually you can close your eyes. Inhale, the palms face up, go up towards the sky. Exhale, the palms face down, drawing down the center of your body. The inhale, the palms face up as they go forward of the body. Exhale, the elbows stay close as the hands go wide and the heart lifts up. Inhale again, up to the sky. Exhale, down through the central channel. Inhale, hands go forward. Exhale, hands wide, elbows stay close, and chest to the sky. And then continue on your own. You can follow me or close your eyes. Exhale, hands down the center. Inhale, hands forward. Exhale, wide heart to the sky. Inhale, rise. Exhale, releasing, softening, surrender. Inhale to offer, to give. Exhale to receive. Inhale, drawing Earth's energy upward. Exhale, receiving the energy from your palms, marinating through your body. Inhale, the hands go forward. Offer to give. Exhale, wide, receiving. Inhale to rise. Exhale to surrender. And then continue at your own pace. And those full deep breaths, really embodying the sensation of prana, of energy moving through your palms and through your body. And just 2 more rounds. And then when you're finished, just landing your hands, one on your heart, one on your belly. As you bow in to the sensation of prana, of life force within you. And feeling the warmth of energy beneath your palms. And drawing that within yourself. receiving and giving simultaneously. And slowly release your hands as the right hand goes out to the right side. The left arm reaches up and over for a side stretch. And grounding down through your sit bones, opening the heart to the sky. And then as you slowly come back through center, and the left hand down and out to the left side, right arm up and over the head. And then coming back to center. And drawing your hands behind your back. Come onto your fingertips. And then just keeping your shin bones on the floor in a cross-legged or kneeling. Just lift your hips away from the earth. Press the hips forward, shins on the floor. Chest lifts, fingertips on the earth. One more breath. Good. Slowly releasing your bottom back down. Walk your hands forward now as you come to hands and knees. Through your hands and knees, just start to move through cat-cow, rounding the spine on the inhales. Exhale, dropping belly, heart lifts. And then continue through these movements through the spine. If you feel the call to draw your hips from side to side, as you wish, just feel your body out of the thinking mind and into our sensory, our senses, just noticing and feeling and experiencing all of our senses. And one more breath. I'm going to step your right foot straight into a lizard lunge. So right foot wide outside of your right foot. You might take a little step back with your left knee. And then come up onto your fingertips, lifting your heart, broaden across the chest as you drop your hips. And then the exhale draws the hips back as you straighten your right leg, bowing deeply. Inhale to rebend your front knee, drop the hips, lift the heart. Exhale, straighten the leg, flex the ankle, bow. And two more. Inhale, bending the knee, hips drop, heart lifts. Exhale to bow. Last one, inhale. And exhale. And then as you rebend your knee, you'll walk your hands back to the back of your mat, supported side plank, left hand at the back of your mat, right arm up and over as the right foot presses down into the earth. Open the chest towards the sky. And then as you exhale, the right hand goes to the center of your feet. So between your left knee and your right foot. Left arm opens to the sky. So you open the chest, stack your shoulders, look up. And the exhale takes your left arm underneath you. You may need to walk your right foot out to the right as you reach your left hand to your right ankle. Maybe it's on the thigh or the calf. And the right arm takes a little bind behind your back. Reaching back with that right foot, right hand, opening up the shoulder, stacking the shoulders, keeping the right leg straight. The back of the head or the side of the head is on the floor. And twisting, rotating through the upper back. And just one more breath. Good. Slowly releasing. As you release your hands, lifting your chest up. Walk your hands back to the top of your mat, turning on your knee and your toes. Right hand, reaches back to catch your foot. Hugging the heel in towards the buttocks. Deepen into that left quad. Pressing down through the right outer foot, left hand. You might spin your right toes out to the right side. Just 2 more breaths. And then gently releasing that back foot as both hands come to the inside of the right thigh. Maybe you're on your blocks or your forearms or staying on your hands. And just for 2 more breaths. And feel free to add a little movement into the hips, gentle sway side to side. You can keep the right toes turned out, the right knee might fall out to the side. And just 1 more breath. And come back up to your hands as you slide that right knee back and coming to all fours. And then walk your hands forward into Anahatasana. Melt your heart down to the earth. And let your head or your forehead, your chin or your forehead drop down. And just 1 more breath here. And slowly begin to slide forward onto your belly. And take your hands out a little wider as you lift your chest, rolling through the spine as you rise up. Exhale to roll back down. Head drops last. Inhale again, roll through the spine as you rise. You can keep your elbows bent. Press through the feet. Exhale, roll down. 1 more like that. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, release. And take your right elbow out to the right side. As you cactus the right arm, draw your left foot behind your right knee. You might even bend your right knee and draw your hips a little more towards the center of the mat. If it's difficult to keep your left leg lifted, you can also place the left knee bent on top of the right. So you choose. Your left hand stays pressing down with the left elbow rising up, just to give you a little extra pressure down through that right side. Opening up into the right shoulder. The head is released. If your head is hanging and you need extra support, place a block underneath your right ear. And take 2 more breaths. Last big breath in. And a long breath out. And coming back to your belly as the left arm extends out to the left side. And go straight over into that left arm. Wriggle your hips to the center as the right foot steps behind the left knee. Or again, both knees bend and stack over each other. The right elbow is bent up towards the sky, pressing down into that right palm or fingertips. And the head is released, the neck is released. Maybe a block under the left ear. Let's deepen into the sensation through your left shoulder. Just for 2 more breaths. And slowly coming back into center. As you roll onto your belly, and slide your hands again up onto the fingertips a little wider than your shoulders. Inhale to roll through the spine, making your way back up, chest up, shoulders soften. Exhale to roll down. And press your palms flat and pressing your hips to your heels, child's pose. And coming back, rolling through the spine as you come back to all fours. And take your left foot outside of your left hand. Bend the knee as you drop your hips forward and down. Maybe again come up onto your fingertips as you lift your chest. And then exhale, drawing the hips back. You might have hands on blocks or a floor. Straighten the left leg and bow. Inhale, bending the left knee. Chest lifts. Exhale, drawing the hips back. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. Inhale. Deepen the hips. Lift the heart. Exhale, drawing down. And as you re-bend your front knee, you're going to pivot on your right knee. Walk your right hand to the back of your mat. And taking the left arm up and over your head. Reaching length through that whole left side, pressing the floor away. And take 1 more breath. Good. Walk your left hand to the middle of your left foot and your right knee. And take your right arm to the sky and open up your chest. Keep stacking the shoulders as you lift. Press through your left palm. And the exhale sweeps the right arm underneath you. You might move your left hand to grab right hand to left thigh, calf or ankle, and take your left arm behind your back. Open the chest and keep pressing through your left foot. Open, shoulders stacking as you lift your heart. Make sure that the right side of your head is supported on the floor. And keep twisting as you deepen on your exhales. 1 more breath. And slowly releasing your bind, lift your chest up and walk your hands back to the top of your mat. Your left hand is going to reach back as you grab hold of your back foot. Hug the heel in. And again, you could turn your left toes out as the left knee kind of splays out to the left side. Open the chest, stacking the shoulders. Keep hugging the heel in towards the buttocks. And just 2 more breaths. And then gently releasing that back foot. Both hands inside your left foot. As you bow forward, maybe a little deeper onto forearms, maybe blocks, maybe the bolster. And the head drops, the hips drop. You could add your little sway side to side with the hips. Some people prefer stillness. And just checking in with your body. Noticing what it needs, what you need. Just 1 more breath. And then lifting yourself back up as you come back to your hands. Slide your left foot back. And coming to all fours, if you have your bolster, add your bolster For your Anahatasana, forearms on the bolster, let the head drop. Just getting a little deeper through the shoulders. And just 2 more breaths here. And then slowly releasing. Come all the way down onto your belly. Move the bolster off to the side. Slide your hands by your ribs, come up onto your fingertips. Inhale, roll through the spine, press through the tops of the feet, slide the shoulders down your back. Now, as you exhale, the right arm is going to thread underneath you. Roll onto your back, left knee bends. Find your twist, left arm opens to the left side. Well, it's actually the right side, but you know what I mean. So the left arm reaching open, chest to the sky, right arm extends. Now you want to prioritize your left shoulder on the floor rather than your left knee. Your bolster's there if you need it underneath your left knee. Deepen into the twist as you exhale, the 2 points from shoulder to knee, left shoulder to left knee, drawing away from each other. And just 2 more breaths. And then slowly coming back to center. We'll take one more little ripple up the spine as you straighten your left leg, coming back to your belly. Inhale, roll through the spine as you lift your chest. And the exhale threads the left arm underneath you as you roll onto your back. Right knee bends, right arm extends out to the right side. And again, keep your right shoulder pressing down. It doesn't matter if your right knee doesn't touch the floor. Your right shoulder opens and touches the floor. And then use your exhale breaths to deepen the right shoulder and the right knee in opposite directions. And the body can move in and out of the pose with your breath. Feel that gentle contraction and expansion as you breathe. And creating space and depth. One more breath here. Coming back to center as you bring your hands back to the floor, belly to the floor. Right leg straightens and roll through your spine, making your way back up one more time. Chest lifts, maybe the elbows stay bent, shoulders down the back. Exhale, rolling back down the spine. And use your hands to press yourself back up. Coming to all fours, and then walk your knees forward and sit your bottom between your heels. And so you may not get your bottom all the way to the floor. If that's the case, you might take a block and sit on a block. Take your bolster and also slide that behind your back. So if you don't have a bolster today, or a pillow or anything like that, you might just come and lay back onto your hands. You might even come to your forearms. And if you have your bolster there for support, you might lay all the way back. We'll just be here for at least 5 breaths. And tucking the tailbone under, opening up the fronts of the hips. And feel this gentle opening across the front of your chest as the shoulders drip down and towards the earth. And the sit bones heavy. And let's take just 3 more breaths here. And last one, full breath in. And a long breath out. And slowly use your hands to lift your chest back up. And move your bolster off to the side. I got into a bit of a yin zone then. It's hard to get out of a pose quickly when you're in yin mode. Lean forward onto your hands, tuck your toes, and then lift your knees into malasana. And so having your feet on the floor, dropping your head. Now, if your feet are not going to the floor comfortably, you can slide your bolster or a couple of blocks underneath your heels, but we won't be here for super long. And let your head drop, let your shoulders drop, walk the hands a little further forward if you can, letting the thighs splay out towards the sides of the room. And just one more breath. And then you're going to either drop your bottom to the floor or use your hands behind your back to take your bottom down. Walk your hands a little further back and then take your legs to the sky. Have a little V shape with your legs. Cross the right leg on top of the left. Bend your knees and then taking Gomukhasana, or shoelace as it's known in yin. Now if your legs didn't cross properly and you need a little more assistance, lift your bottom up, keep the knees crossed, and then sit your bottom down. If this is not feeling good for your knees, you can simply straighten your bottom leg. Okay? When you're ready, you can start to bow forward over the legs. You might have a bolster in front of your knees for your forearms. You might even have a prop for your head. Let your head drop, releasing through the neck, releasing through the shoulders, allowing the sit bones to melt into the earth. Just a couple more breaths here. And very slowly you'll start to lift your chest. Move your props off to one side. And take your right foot outside your left knee so the foot is pressing down into the floor. Right hand behind you. Inhale, left arm to the sky. Exhale, we're twisting to the right. Left elbow crosses the thighs. You open up the heart. And keep drawing the shoulders down your back, pressing down into that in the sole of the right foot. And expanding, broadening through the chest. One more breath. And then again, slowly releasing as you straighten your right leg forward. The left knee stays bent and the left sole of the foot is inside the thigh. You'll start to bow forward over your right leg. And you might have your props. If you want your props for your forehead, for your arms, whatever you need. Otherwise, you can just simply reach the leg toward the hands towards the foot. And again, we won't be here for super long. And so just pressing down through the right thigh bone, lengthening the sides of the waist. And the outer left hip is heavy. And just 2 more breaths. Left hand starts to go back behind you. As you lift your hips, right arm up and over your head, pressing the hips forward, opening up the chest. And then dropping your sit bones back to the floor. Both hands behind your back. Open your legs to the sky in a little V. You can wriggle your ankles. And then your right leg's going to go underneath the left. Bend your knees, lean back. And then start to draw your knees to stack as you bow forward. You may need to lift your hips, wriggle around. Adjust yourself, maybe the right leg is straight. Adjust yourself where you need it. And then taking your block, maybe your bolster, head. Could be supported, it could also be hanging. And just feeling your sit bones pressing down into the earth. And breathing through your outer hips. And sending some fresh energy, some nourishing breath into your sacrum, your hips, your thighs. One more breath. Slowly start to lift the chest. Move your props. And taking the sole of your left foot to the floor. Left hand behind your back. Inhale the right arm to the sky. Then we're twisting to the left. Elbow crosses the thigh as you open your chest. And keep lifting the heart. Shoulders soften. And grounding, especially through your left sit bone. Take one more breath. And then extending the left leg as the right foot draws into the inner thigh. And you can use your props if you like, otherwise just walk your hands forward, reaching towards your left foot, dropping the head down. As you reach forward, grounding down through your left thigh bone, the outer right hip, the outer right thigh, and the shoulders soften down your back. And then from here, you slowly sweep your right hand behind you as you lift your hips, right, left arm up and over the head. Hips press forward, chest opens to the sky. And then slowly releasing. As you bring your bottom to the floor, you're going to take both legs out wide. Both legs wide. You might use your bolster to sit on just to tilt the pelvis and elevate the hips so that you can bow forward. If you don't have any problem walking your hands forward, then you don't need the bolster. But sitting on the edge of the bolster does feel a little more comfortable if you are finding it difficult to bow forward. And keep the ankles flexed, pressing down through the thighs. And if your chest is nearly on the floor, but it's not quite there, you might even take your bolster underneath your belly and your chest, just to make it a little more comfortable, and lie down. Breathing into the hamstrings all the way down the backs of your legs. You might feel it more through your inner legs, your inner thighs, your groin. And just explore the sensation in your body and breathe into it. Your last 5 breaths here. And one more big breath. And slowly walk your hands back up. And you're going to use your hands to draw the feet back together. And come all the way down onto your back. Keep your block, your bolster handy. And then just place your feet on the floor and draw your knees together. Resting the sacrum, resting the shoulders, the back of the head. And as you push down into your feet, you'll lift your hips up and slide your bolster underneath your hips. And with your hips on your bolster or your pillow, and start to draw your right knee into your chest in a half happy baby. Your left foot can stay on the floor, or you can start to straighten your left leg and try to keep your left heel grounded on the mat. And if your left foot is lifting up like this, wriggle your bottom a little further down the bolster so that your heel can get down onto the floor. You might keep your right leg bent as it is, like here, or you might straighten your right leg out to the right side. Nice deep full breaths Feeling the sensation through your hips, maybe your left hip flexor into your left quad, the outer right hip through the back of the right thigh. And then slowly re-bend your knee and place your foot on the floor and start to straighten your right leg. Just keep your hips where they are for a moment in this supported variation of bridge pose. And then start to draw your left knee in and give it a little squeeze as you reach down for your left foot, half happy baby. If it's too much for the right thigh, you can bend your right knee or extending that right leg, heel on the floor. If this is feeling good, you might stay a little bit longer. Otherwise, you could straighten your left leg. Out to the left side, keeping that right thigh, right foot heavy on the floor. Just one more breath here. And slowly re-bending that left knee. As you release the foot, maybe you keep it bent, maybe it slides to straight along the floor, keeping your hips elevated on the bolster. And take another big breath. And then slowly rebend your knees. As you lift your hips, you'll slide the bolster out from underneath you and placing your spine back down. And have the feet a little bit wider as the knees come together to touch. And take a moment to feel your body and to feel your breath and to allow your spine to settle. And then drawing your knees into your chest, give yourself a little squeeze, a little rock from right to left. And then slowly rock yourself up to a seat. And take your bolster or your pillow for a elevated seat. And having your hips elevated higher than your knees. And sit up nice and tall, relaxing the shoulders down your back. And finish our practice with Nadi Shodhana. With your right hand, I prefer peace fingers at the third eye. You can also tuck those peace fingers under towards your palm, using your ring finger and your thumb for blocking the nostrils, alternate nostril breathing. Peace fingers, third eye, or tucked under, ring finger, thumb. And take a breath in through both nostrils. A breath out through both nostrils. And block right, inhale left. Block left, exhale right. Inhale right. Block, exhale, left. Inhale, left. Block, exhale, right. Inhale, right. Block, exhale, left. Inhale, left. Block, exhale, right. Inhale, right. Block, exhale, left. Inhale, left. Block, exhale, right. Inhale, right. Block, exhale, left. Release your hand when you're ready. And continue to breathe through both nostrils. Nice, slow, gentle, rhythmic breath. And feel all of the muscles around your face soften, your eyebrows, your jaw, and the shoulders melting down your back. Just allowing yourself to fully be here in this moment with your body, with your breath. And draw your hands together at your heart. And bow in this deep gesture of gratitude to this practice, and to ourselves and to each other. And thank you for sharing this with me. I hope you enjoyed this chill flow / yin / slow. And I will see you next time on the mat.